it was to rip off the Band-Aid, because I need to just do it more. And so at least if I start with one, then I have one in my belt. I see if that works really well. My goal, as I said, is at least 5 people. I didn't say that full goal, but my goal is at least 5 people that are going to have some insight. And then I could either use that to make a blog post, or I will think of other questions in this vein to post about. Looks like, what can I do? So once you see your post, wondering what are some of the biggest challenges you have on creating video content for your business? Park on Alignable. A new business I should meet. 4 people just checked out BallBrain. See who and or what tools do you use to make creative. What's Alignable? Alignable is apparently Alignable's been one of these programs or these platforms that I feel like it's been around a few years. Alignable. Wonder if getting listed in Wikipedia is still worth it. Alignable spam? Alignable is not spam. Nor will we sell or share your private business contacts. Alignable was released in 2013 as an online network for local businesses, like a LinkedIn Facebook hybrid. The intent was to encourage business owners to network and to refer business to one another. Think of it as an online chamber of commerce, which is interesting. Launching in 2014, founded by Eric Rose and Venkat Krishnamurthy, with the goal of making it easy for business owners to meet one another. And they're right. This has been one of those things that sort of came about during... so Microsoft bought LinkedIn in 2016. So LinkedIn reached 300 million members in 2013 and 400 million in 2016. So, let's see, 2012 was only 174 million. So that number doubled in a year. 174 million to 300 million. So that is apparently when the founders founded this Alignable thing. And I signed up. This is one of the weird sites. I don't know why I officially signed up, but it was something that I did early. I don't want to say it. It's like I did it early. I felt like it might have been like a 2015 or 16 kind of thing. Sort of the point being, it just made sense, right? So it seemed like it was easy to just jump on it and just have the profile depending on whatever happened. So here it is. So this is the main site. Visit my profile. Chicago, Illinois, BallBrain Creative. So one of their big things that they send me a lot of these emails for, it's about getting recommendations. So it's like you want to sort of figure out what you connect to people, basically like you would in LinkedIn or Facebook or any of the other social networks. But this is a business-focused website. So the intent is to find other businesses. You put who you are. Looks like my picture is broken. That's terrible. Of course, they do offer a premium. I don't know when that started. Phone number, Facebook page, website, location. And so I was able to you put like your location. And so where all the other places like Facebook, you put your location and then it's like, okay, good luck finding everyone in the world. This one seemed intent on focusing on the local areas. So even though, which is why this first email that I had seen, and now basically these are updates with my some of the groups that I signed up for, which I don't pay attention to, but a new business you should meet. So welcome Juliana from ADP. These are other people that sign up in my local area. So whatever you set your area to, this is where it's going to refer you. A new business you should meet. And so what I can do is just connect. Let's just see what happens. Your connection request was sent. And that's it. So of course it's spammy. You could do, like, if you do something like that, it's going to be considered spammy, opposed to just meeting like people that you actually know. But it's showing here, so you got all these different people. I guess I say financial investor advisors are there's a model marketing agency, blah blah, chamber office, and what it is. So one of the main reasons that you want to just jump on all these sites is because it just helps your SEO. So when I Google Bull Brain Creative, I hope that's not covered through, but if not, whatever. The dog's squeaking. Nextdoor, the 2112 member directory. So Alignable isn't even on here. LinkedIn, here we go, there's me. Pinterest, Yelp. So I mean, all these things add, here's my, and then eventually it goes to my YouTube, official Bull Brain Creative promo, Zoom info. So I mean, what you're doing to help with some of your SEO, which is rankings on Google, is you're just stacking all these external platforms that are gonna link to your website. So I was trying to prove a point with Alignable, but apparently they're not even on there. I do have this, my Spotify show, Redbubble, that is not me, stock photo, blah blah blah. So there are some other Bull Brains, blah blah blah. And that could be also because I never use it and I never post anything on there. So it's not like Google really recognizes it as something that's like a major source of new information. Because one of the ways to get on here is Google is to update your stuff frequently and consistently. And that's what Google looks for when it's constantly, daily, doing the scrolling through your through all of the websites with its crawlers. Get recommended. So here what I can do is, I can find people. So what you would do here, you refer yourself. So this is a way to just reach out to people that you're connected to and have them write just a brief recommendation for you. And that's it. So the way this works, if you notice on the top, 6 out of 6 get recommended by trusted peers. Find business owners you know and ask them to write a recommendation for you. Written recommendations can lead to up to 5 times more referrals. I mean, that's a lot. Please select your email provider, how to get started. I might have to stop this, we'll see. I don't want to do this, I'm kind of nervous actually. But so what this would happen is it would just go through your contact book and it would basically say, hey, I'm on Alignable. Would you mind sending me a referral? Premium, let's see the membership while we're at it. So $15 a month, connect and network in your community, 4 miles from where you are. Regional is 12 miles, and then $90 a month is prospect for customers wherever they are. So that's anywhere in the US and Canada. So one of their freemium services, right? So that makes sense with you, do it. So what I like, it's got a quick little dashboard, your referral dashboard, you know what's going on, who is your ideal customer. This just makes sense so you can have people that, obviously so you know who you're looking for and they can sort of put recommended people in there. What businesses can you partner with? So what businesses can you partner with? These are just the tag. You write a quick description for the businesses you want to be referred to, and then I'm assuming through their algorithm it'll show up. So they found 100 ideal partner matches based on your tags. See who. Now, of course, these are all going to be people closer to my general area, which is where you select, which is why it's important to have all of your info for your profile correct. Tell your story. There are 7 million businesses on Alignable. What makes you stand out? Your unique story will get people excited to connect with you. Now that in general is just a really good statement to say. And so, what is your story? What makes you special? And this is something that you've probably finessed with your networking pitches, because you have your 30-second elevator pitch, and you have something on your website that's probably your about page or services or whatever. So this is also going to help. So share what makes your business special with future customers and partners. Good. Fellow business owners can relate to how and why your business got started. And then product and services we offer. And then there you're just going to put all your services, so that way people, when they do their searching, they're going to find for you. So here, I guess I just have 3 recommendations, which is great. Reach more attendees, virtual networking event. Thank you for your interest in hosting an event with Alignable. Hosting events is a great opportunity to grow your credibility and reputation with fellow business owners. I intend to upgrade my Alignable account to Premium Plus in order to host this event, if the event is approved by the Alignable events team. So obviously I'm not going to be doing that right now, but so basically it would only show it to people in Portage Park, or I need to upgrade to Premium Plus and it'll share with other people, which is cool, right? Something you can use. Your newsletter, so promotions. So if you want to do nearby communities, that's a premium thing. So basically you could just pitch with your network, which is why it's, if you're using the free thing, that's why you use that. Let's see. So products and services, commercial, small business commercial, marketing consulting. Here's my gallery of images, a couple images, nothing too really exciting. Recommendations given, leave that. My answers, demonstrate. So this is one of the ways that you provide value. And a lot of these, LinkedIn, you can do posts and you can do your inspirational stuff. They have these groups that you basically sign up for, and then all the responses that you have will show up. All the answers that you give will show up on your page. So it's basically a way for you to create content by answering somebody else's questions. So this is something, if you know how to create content or you need some extra content, using somebody else's answers are like a really, it's low-hanging fruit, for lack of a better term. Because it's relevant, right? Because you always want to create stuff that will be relevant to the next potential customers. And so that's why you want to jump on this stuff. And so it's easy, right? It's easier for you to look at somebody's question and then you answer it. And then that gives you your next blog post or content on here. And then all this stuff, once you do it on one platform, you can do it on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever you're looking for. Instagram, as long as you have an image to go along with it, that can be your caption. But that's why you do it, right? So here's your activity. Who visited your profile? Upgrade to unlock. Kind of like LinkedIn, they don't really show you who visited your profile. You just get to see that somebody did, and that's it. Promotions and services, this jumps down. My posts. You don't have any posts yet. Let's see if I can find an image. Here's an image I took at an event, which ended up being used for an ad. So who should see this? You can see it's loading. My network, Portage Park, so that's who I want to see this. Obviously I'd want to do more people to see it, but your post is on its way. Sharing with your network and community. Get your discussions seen beyond your community. So premium, only $30 a month, join up to 5 nearby communities for more exposure. Show up in more categories and searches. See who viewed your post and reach out. So it seems like premium is really the way to go. And one of the ways to really optimize this is to, again, join as many random groups that are relevant to you, and then just participate in their conversations. So where were we at? So we're at this, go my network, my groups. So these are the groups that I signed up for. I just thought they were relevant. Write a post. Here you go. These are the groups that I'm a member of, so you can write a post that'll go in any of those groups. So marketing for the small business, start a business, marketing for small business, write a post, the challenges you have when creating video content. We know that posts with, or you should know, so there's plain text, and people will maybe, if like the first three words really jump out to you, then someone's gonna see the post and then respond. To help with that, you can add a photo. And if the photo jumps out at somebody, and then those words, basically if the photo grabs somebody's attention, then you have a better chance reading their words. I think I'm gonna delete this photo because as much as I like it, I mean it's okay, but I don't want to use people's faces, but people's faces are the things that sell, which is why I have to start doing content. We'll share this with the members of Marketing for the Small Business. Post. Your post is on its way. So sharing with Marketing for the Small Business. And there it is. That's how you create a post to this group. Then you're going to see through notifications. They all use that very well researched little red dot. And if everything is clean, but there's one little red dot that shows that you have an unread notification, well, we just want to click on it, right? We just want to remove that that red dot, and we want it to be clean looking. So, like Facebook, like LinkedIn, all those platforms, they use a little red dot so you can see these updates. So you can see here's people in my network. They added services. They posted, right? So just like all. This is where you can see like the activity in your network. This is just kind of if there's anything you feel like you missed. And you know, all of these little things are sort of a rabbit hole that you can go down. Let's go back to groups. So I'm starting payroll for my business in the next few months. I was trying to see what service that I should use for my business. I was thinking Gusto or Paychecks. So here it's like the top 4 things that people are actually saying. But then you can show all of the comments. I'm sure you could spend the next 15 hours reading these comments. What are you doing to prepare and survive inflation and the economic downturn, possible recession? Everyone is talking about employee retention credit and fees vary widely. Is there really a difference, and how do you decide who to go with? 3D payment systems. Seems like a rhetorical question, but do you want to grow your business? As in expand, add new income streams, make more money, hire if necessary, etc.? Or do you simply want to maintain things as they are? What are you getting at, Brian? Be straight to the point with your pitch slap. If you're growing, you need to outsource things and focus more on driving traffic. You're the face of the brand. This is where, if you ask the right question, you can get the right answers that'll help your customer research, you know, like your R&D, your customer research, your development. You can see what the market is asking for. And so that's why, like me, I asked, what challenges are you having with creating video content for your business? And what I'm going to do is get all of those comments. I'm going to see them, and then you're going to see a part 2 of this Alignable video where I say, here are some easy ways for you to create video content for your business. And so if you know what you're doing, this is where it's difficult, because you're selling yourself, and you need to sell yourself as an expert, but you also don't want to be pandering, because like Jim said, where are you getting at, Brian? Be straight to the point with your pitch slap, right? And so people could smell you pitching a billion miles away. So I may get 0 posts, I may get 0 responses, because people are like, oh, this is a marketing video guy. Like, he's probably gonna spam every person that responds by saying, you suck. What, you know, I don't know. No, he's gonna respond to everyone by saying, oh, well, we can help you do that. Hire me. You know. So that's where you gotta you have to ask intelligent questions that pertain to your field, but you know, leading questions, but that people know that you actually want to help, and people are eventually, in theory, hopefully 1 out of every 20 or 30 people are going to be like, I need your help. Please, can you help me? Reflecting on the year, what's one thing you're proud of in your business? Outside strip and payroll invoicing, Google Universal Analytics, blah, blah, blah. Find groups. So here you just find suggested groups, join group. What do you want to do? Because you can only spend so much time. Wedding services, I'm not really So like these are all groups that I'm now following, and I think they'd be interesting to just, you know, develop the Ball Brain brand in. So that's why I'm joining these groups. You find whatever makes the most sense to you. This is suggested, this is popular, this is new, this is connections, and then here's where you go to your different industries, right? And so you see some of these have like 300 members, another have 1,000, but it's one way to, one, show your expertise, show what you can do. You're gaining new insight from random people, right? Because at this point, if you've been doing the business for more than any 2 years or 3 years, you're probably so deep in that you're more into like the mechanics and the nuts and bolts of what makes the business work compared to the surface level stuff that actual people are curious about, right? Because people don't like, as much as you want to show off how smart you are and why people should be hiring you, like you want to do that, but you also want to answer these surface emotional level questions. Like I'm referring to like, how stressed do you get making your video? That's probably what I should actually post it. How stressed do you actually get? Or what is one way to remove stress when filming content for yourself? Or how do you improve? What are some time-saving tips when doing editing? And then so this is again like a twofold. One, you're gaining insight. You're learning about these different businesses. You're gaining insight about your industry and your business. So you're learning what other people, but you're gaining insight in your business, right? Like you're understanding some surface level things that people are curious about. So it's the ability to give you more blogs. It's to give you more content for yourself that you can answer to help other people. The other thing too is you're looking, so obviously creative industry, but really Homer Stern, blah blah blah, Las Vegas landscapes, California, blah blah, public group, animals. The other thing is, like, you don't just want to be in, like, you want to join that group, export marketing, automation strategies. Like, there's other, like, vegan businesses or bar, restaurant, hospitality, technology. Like, there's also industries that you want to break into, right? So you want to do these groups so you can add your expertise there, and then this is a way for people to connect to you. So, like, say you don't have LinkedIn Premium, or I'm sorry, say you don't have Alignable Premium, but this is a way that you're going to go to some of these groups where some of these other more active people are, where they're posting their questions, and then you're going to be able to show your expertise there. And that's where they'll be able to connect with you if you're showing some really good insight. You know, they're like, oh wow, this guy actually knows what he's talking about. Let me follow him for more stuff, or reach out, or whatever, right? So that's another way that you really want to be considering, because obviously marketing and advertising is exactly what I want to do, right? Like, I mean, that's the groups, and that's what people are curious about. But online stores, I'm curious about those people. And so if you have some knowledge that can translate into these industries or whatever, then, I mean, that's the reason why you want to do them. So this is what I think in Alignable, even if you have, so really, first thing, right? So what do we got? So we went over notifications. Then you have messages, which are pretty obvious. Conversations, probably blur all this. These are just all the people that, you know, you ended up connecting with. First thing you want to do is you want to, looks like I added a team. This is at the Ball Brain page. Did all those things, edit the team, it's me, all the website, all that stuff. Tools, show off that you're a trusted member of the Alignable network. So this is a way, you know, it's supposed to add legitimacy to you, but it really adds legitimacy to them, right? It's where everyone's basically scratching each other's back. Your accounts, sync email and Facebook if you want. Membership, we already did that. Recommendations, posts. So it's been 14 minutes and no one has responded. And there were some of those other posts where there were 5 minutes and you had like 4 responses or whatever. So maybe this is too spammy. Maybe people don't like it. Who knows? But this is where you need, like, I also know that this one post is not going to change my business forever, right? Like, me doing that one thing it was to rip off the Band-Aid, because I need to just do it more. And so at least if I start with one, then I have one under my belt. I see if that works really well. My goal, as I said, is at least 5 people. I didn't say that full goal, but my goal is at least 5 people that are going to have some insight. And then I could either use that to make a blog post, or I will think of other questions in this vein to post about. So looks like, what can I do? So once you see your post, wondering what are some of the biggest challenges you have on creating video content for your business. So are you sure you want to permanently delete this post? So if I check back in like a day or two and nobody's given a comment, I might delete it and repost, or I might delete it, word it up a little bit, and then repost and see what happens. It's only been 15 minutes, so I don't want to get too crazy, but that's what it is. That's Alignable. It's another social network that you should use. How much time you spend on it, it's like all social networks, right? You got to be very, 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 very careful to not give it your entire soul, and you need to just give it a little bit at a time, right? And then you need to be very, because if you're looking at Alignable, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Twitch. So right there you have 8 businesses, right? Or 8 websites. So just for easy math, say you spend 10 minutes on each site, right? So that's going to be, let's say you spend like 11 and a half minutes on each site, or just 11 for easy, right? So that's going to get you 88 minutes, which is basically an hour and a half every day, right? So like, what are you going to do with those 11 minutes? How much is your hour worth? You know what you charge people, right? You know how much you can receive when you're charging people your full value, but really, how much is your time worth? And how much of that money do you just, because basically all the time, their businesses too, right? Their goal is to get you to spend as much time as possible on their site. So you just, because they make money selling your data to advertisers, and that's their business, right? Like, you're the product, they're the business. So do you want to give them all of your time and then you cannot do your business? You're like, well, I had to update on Alignable and LinkedIn and Facebook, and okay, but now you don't have, like, what do you have to show for it? And so that's why scrolling endlessly is a very dangerous slippery slope, because if you're just going to keep scrolling, it's scary. Like, you'll just keep scrolling forever, and then you end up spending 20 minutes on Alignable scrolling through past posts. Did you comment on any? Did you just like? If you like one, it's gonna do liking a post. Someone's like, oh yeah, Mike. If you comment something insightful, be like, oh yeah, Mike, that's really nice. And if they haven't heard from me in a while, they may click my profile and then go see what I'm up to. You're not worried about you want to steal everyone else's time. This is the weird thing. You need to be very boundary strong with your time. You need to not allow anyone else to steal your time. But obviously your goal with all this social media marketing is you want to steal as much of everyone else's time as you can, because you want them to focus on you, because your business is attention and getting people interested in what you do, and then giving you money. Maybe people don't like it, who knows? But this is where you need I also know that this one post is not going to change my business forever, right? Like, me doing that one thing it was to rip off the Band-Aid, because I need to just do it more. And so at least if I start with one, then I have one under my belt. I see if that works really well. My goal, as I said, is at least 5 people. I didn't say that full goal, but my goal is at least 5 people that are going to have some insight. And then I could either use that to make a blog post, or I will think of other questions in this vein to post about. So looks like, what can I do? So once you see your post, wondering what are some of the biggest challenges you have on creating video content for your business. So are you sure you want to permanently delete this post? So if I check back in like a day or two and nobody's given a comment, I might delete it and repost, or I might delete it, word it up a little bit, and then repost and see what happens. It's only been 15 minutes, so I don't want to get too crazy, but that's what it is. That's Alignable. It's another social network that you should use. How much time you spend on it, it's like all social networks, right? You got to be very, 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 very careful to not give it your entire soul, and you need to just give it a little bit at a time, right? And then you need to be very, because if you're looking at Alignable, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Twitch. So right there you have 8 businesses, right? Or 8 websites. So just for easy math, say you spend 10 minutes on each site, right? So that's going to be, let's say you spend like 11 and a half minutes on each site, or just 11 for easy, right? So that's going to get you 88 minutes, which is basically an hour and a half every day, right? So like, what are you going to do with those 11 minutes? How much is your hour worth? You know what you charge people, right? You know how much you can receive when you're charging people your full value, but really, how much is your time worth? And how much of that money do you just, because basically all the time, their businesses too, right? Their goal is to get you to spend as much time as possible on their site. So you because they make money selling your data to advertisers, and that's their business, right? Like, you're the product, they're the business. So do you want to give them all of your time and then you cannot do your business? You're like, well, I had to update on Alignable and LinkedIn and Facebook, and okay, but now you don't have, like, what do you have to show for it? And so that's why scrolling endlessly is a very dangerous slippery slope, because if you're just going to keep scrolling, it's scary. Like, you'll just keep scrolling forever, and then you end up spending 20 minutes on Alignable scrolling through past posts. Did you comment on any? Did you just like? If you like one, it's going to do liking a post. Someone's like, oh yeah, Mike. If you comment something insightful, be like, oh yeah, Mike, that's really nice. And if they haven't heard from me in a while, they may click my profile and then go see what I'm up to. You're not worried about everyone. You want to steal everyone else's time. This is the weird thing. You need to be very boundary strong with your time. You need to not allow anyone else to steal your time. But obviously your goal with all this social media marketing is you want to steal as much of everyone else's time as you can, because you want them to focus on you, because your business is attention and getting people interested in what you do, and then giving you money because what you said is so insightful and blah, blah, blah. Which is why you want anyone to read a book that you wrote, or to watch your post and then comment, or like your post and then comment, and then even share, because if someone shares your stuff, that's like the highest compliment. That's basically them giving you a recommendation. So that's why you need to be aware with all these different sites that you're using. They are very important, but if you're looking at how much your hourly wages and how much time you spend on them, you can only fit so many of those into your 8-hour-a-day bucket. And then of course you have your half hour to 45 minutes for lunch. You got to do sales. You could multitask, but you also, while you're doing sales, you probably want to look up who you're calling, because you want the most up-to-date information as you're calling somebody, right? It's a lot. So that's what you got to do. So this is the long dive in on Alignable. I hope it's very informative. Of course, if you need some videos or photos for any of these sites to save you that time, it's hard to always find stuff, but of course, if you just want to set up a day, that's why my pitch is quarterly, monthly, every other month. We figure out some subscription where we do an hour of photos, we do an hour of videos, and then you're going to have fresh stuff that you can just pump out every month or every week, really, every day to every week on all of these sites, saving you the time to make sure you're effectively going to all 8 of these platforms effectively. So, again, this is Mike, Ballbrain Creative. Google me. You're still up? This is Alignable. This is what you got. Let me know if you have any questions on it, any comments. Trying to do a quick overview. You see, it takes me a while and I obviously ramble on, but let me know what you think. See, it says it's edited, and I didn't even edit anything. I'm interested in targeting a specific neighborhood to find clients, as all my target market live in one area. See, the other thing is, and this is where you get ideas. So Facebook groups are a great way. Then this is where you want to up your Yelp. You're talking about like other stores, but it's like to Google your listing area. Make sure you have the service area, which is very important. Google does that, and so you can do the area where you're available, and then hope that helps. So, but this is also why, you know, you look at these things, and it's going to give you extra insight into what you're trying to accomplish. So this also tells me, oh yeah, I need to be at I need to be at like the Portage Park or whatever these Facebook groups are for my service areas, and that's where just make sure but again, this is where you need to be careful of the time suck, because then you're doing outreach and sales in Facebook, but then there's like a slippery slope where you're being productive, and then all of a sudden you're wasting 4 hours on nothing. So, time management, boundaries with what you're doing, and maybe you just do specific platforms each day, and then make sure notifications for group that like target certain things or something. So it's like a whole, but you need to be very specific with your time management. So that's it.